Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jeff from BKJmacTV, and this is the official BKJmac podcast experience, season 2, episode 30. Today, we're going to be talking about a revolutionary test that everyone who have parents who are this is kind of hard for me to say, I'm sorry, who have background with cancer, who have cancer genes in their family. This test is very, very vital. It's indeed very, very vital. And this test is it's called a colonoscopy. So this was written by Brenda Goodman from CNN. This was done back in October 10, 2022. I'm bringing attention to it now again because as a society, we can't forget how valuable a colonoscopy is. It's very valuable. It helps detect precancer cells inside the colon, especially in stages, to make sure you're able to, if you once it detects it, then you're able to go and get surgery right away to remove it. I had a colonoscopy back in April of 2022. It was a very, very scary procedure, and I was nervous about it. You know, they had made me drink this nasty liquid juice, which was so nasty. I had to drink it, and then basically it helped clear out my stomach for the colonoscopy. And I remember having it on Monday morning. It was Monday morning. I had to go in, and basically I was like dehydrated. You know, all I had to drink was I was so hungry I couldn't eat anything. I was told not to eat no solid foods. And when I got there, they basically I changed my clothes. I went into the operating room and saw the cameras, and they basically put me on anesthesia. I didn't feel anything. It was just like, whoa. And then I remembered I was gone after that. And they did the colonoscopy. The reason I had a colonoscopy was because colon cancer runs in my family. My mother died from colon cancer, stage 4, in 2020. So, and I didn't even know what a colonoscopy test was. Had I known about it, and had I known that an aunt of mine had died from colon cancer at age 64, I definitely would have made sure she would have got screened for it right away. I didn't know what it was. I didn't even know what a colonoscopy was at all. Chadwick Boseman, the legendary actor who played in numerous movies, but is well known for Black Panther, passed away from colon cancer in August of 2020. It was sad. It was tragic. So I knew how he died, because my mother died the same way. This study, basically, the effectiveness of colonoscopies. I will talk to you how important it is. Colonoscopies are a dreaded rite of passage for many middle-aged adults. The promise has been that if you endure the awkwardness and invasiveness of having a camera travel the length of your large intestines once every decade, after age 45, you have the best chance of catching and perhaps preventing colon cancer. It is the second most common cause of cancer death in the United States. Some 15 million colonoscopies are performed in the United States each year. 15 million colonoscopies are performed in the United States each year. Now, a landmark study suggests the benefits of colonoscopies for cancer screening may be overestimated. The study marks the first time colonoscopies has been compared head-to-head to no cancer screening in a randomized trial. The study found only meager benefits for the group of people invited to get the procedure, an 18% lower risk of getting colorectal cancer, and no significant reduction in the risk of cancer death. It was published Sunday in the New England Journal of Medicine. Study researcher Dr. Michael B., a gastroenterologist who leads the clinical effectiveness group at the University of Oslo in Norway, said he found the results disappointing. But as a researcher, he has to follow the science, so I think we have to embrace it, he said. And we may have oversold the message for the last 10 years or so, and we have to wind it back a little. Other experts say that as good as this study was, it has important limitations, and these results shouldn't deter people from getting colonoscopies. I think it's just hard to know the value of a screening test when the majority of people in the screening didn't get it done, said Dr. William DeHunt, Chief Scientific Officer at the American Cancer Society, who was not involved in the study. Less than half of people invited to get a colonoscopy in the study, just 42% actually got one. When the study's author restricted the results to the people who actually received colonoscopies, about 12,000 out of more than 28,000 who were invited to do so, the procedure was found to be more effective. It reduced the risk of colorectal cancer by 31% and cut the risk of dying of that cancer by 50%. So basically, when they were given the test, the examination, they were able to avoid the risk of catching colon cancer and thus living a longer, more prosperous life. That's how valuable that test is. Dr. B said the true benefits of colonoscopy probably lie somewhere in the middle. He said he thinks of the results of the full study, including people who did and didn't get colonoscopies after they were invited, as the minimum amount of the benefit colonoscopies provide to a screened population. He thinks of the results from the subset of people who actually got the test as the maximum benefit people could expect from the procedure. Based on his results, then he expects that screening colonoscopy probably reduces a person's chances of colon cancer by 18% to 31% and their risk of death from 0% to as much as 50%. But he said, even 50% is on the low end of what I think everybody thought it would be. Other states have estimated larger benefits for colonoscopies, reporting that these procedures could reduce the risk of dying of colorectal cancer by as much as 68%. The first randomized trial of colonoscopy, the NORD-CE study, which stands for Northern European Initiative on Colon Cancer, included more than 84,000 men and women ages 55 to 64 from Poland, Norway, and Sweden. None had gotten a colonoscopy before. The participants were randomly invited to have a screening colonoscopy between June 2009 and June 2014, or they were followed for a study without getting screened. In the 10 years after enrollment, the group invited to get colonoscopies had an 18% lower risk of colorectal cancers than the group that wasn't screened. Overall, the group invited to screen also had a small reduction in their risk of death from colon cancer, but that difference was not statistically significant, meaning it could simply be true to chance. So basically, with this article that I'm reading to you, it says that colon cancer, the research, once you get into research and how they did the study, they showed that patients who were screened were more likely to evade getting colon cancer because, in a sense, it allowed for the doctors to find it quicker and to get it out quicker out of the body. In 2021, the task force lowered the recommended age to start routine screening for colorectal cancer from 50 to 45 because the cancer is becoming more common in younger adults. Excuse me. When it comes to colon cancer, Dominion said tests can only be effective if people are willing to do them. Excuse me. Results collected from more than 278,000 people enrolled between March of 2014 and the end of 2020 found that 35% of the group assigned to get a colonoscopy actually got one, compared with 55% who were assigned to the stool test group. Overall, and I'm going to say this right now, colonoscopies are essential to every American, to any person looking to get screening for pre-screening for cancer in their colon. It is a deadly disease. It is number 2. It is a number 2 cancer in the world today that has taken so many lives, that has shattered so many lives. I know the feeling. I've been in that situation. I lost my mom to colon cancer. So I urge every American, every person around the world who's listening to this podcast to go out, learn their family history, learn their family tree, and see if cancer runs in their family. And if they do, please go out there and get the screening, because it's important. It's for your life and it's for your family who needs you out there. Colonoscopies is very important. It's a very critical test, and it's rightfully so, it's needed. So go out there and please go get this test. It's very important. Go get this test done. Yeah. So like I said, this was an emotional episode for me. Thank you for listening. Peace, love, always. One.